First reader, present thyself in our registry.
Chupa Ashratazan, Banya Howda, Banya Shala.
Chupa Asharataza, Banya Howda, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatha.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatha.
Banya Shala.
Alright, Minavision Lamayum, which means stand. Palyakwadam, turn to face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Thaba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lanaw, Lacham, Call, Yawam, Wasalak Lanaw, Kabawath Naw, Kasalak Naw, Kabawathi Naw, Wala'ah, Thabiyah Naw, Banasar One, Abal, Hawashai Naw, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahathapara, La'awalamyam, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. Prayer for the Hakat, the power in Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Babu Kasha. Nathan Lanaw. Hakat. La Rapa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Marawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakat. Lahakwim. Hamathium. Hakat. Arakawa. Hatama'ala. Lagarshan. Bahashem Yahushua. The water Aman. In English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Barak Lanaw. Wayasha'ala. Waha.
Waha.
Bayat Sapari.
Bayat Saparium.
Bahashem Yahushua.
Bahashim
The
Yahushua.
water Amun.
The water Amun.
In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us and Yasha'Allah.
Bless us and Yasha'Allah.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be.
Thank you, so be.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharium.
Al-Haharium.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azarium.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayam.
Shemayam.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shemarka.
Shemarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemarka.
Shemarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyaka.
Yamyinka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaika.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamar.
Makal Rai.
Makal Ra.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'afka.
Taza'atka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'atka.
Ma'itha.
Ma'itha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam.
In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by
The
day,
sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
All. Damya.
Damya.
Lakah.
Laka.
All. Dacharat.
Dakarash.
Wa'ol.
Wa'al.
Dashakwat.
Dashakwat.
All. Kaya.
Kaya.
Hana.
Hana.
Awayabika.
Awayabyaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Wamashanayaka.
Wamashanayaka.
Sha'awa.
Shawa.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Al-Imaka.
Ya'irayamu.
Ya'irayamu.
Sawad.
Sawad.
Waya.
Waya.
Salaki. Waya. Thaya Aitazawa.
Waya. Taya Aitazawa.
Al-Taza Pawanyaka.
Altaza Pawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam.
Magawiya.
Magoya.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'Allah.
Sham Yasha'Allah.
Aiwa.
Aiwa.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa Aitazawa.
Nawa Aitazawa.
La.
La.
Yakharwa.
Yakharwa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Barya.
Barya.
Yakarathwa.
Yakarathwa.
Ahalya.
Ahalya.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Waya Shema Alayam.
Why Mashaya Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba.
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa'amawan.
Amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Amalak.
Palashat.
Palashat.
I'm Yishabi.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawat.
Zarawat.
Labanya.
Labanya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadian.
Kamadian.
Kasiyah Sara'ah.
Kasayat Sarah.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Koyashwan.
Koyashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayan the Ara.
Bayanda Ara.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adam.
La'adam.
Shaytam.
Shayatam.
Nadaya Mawa.
Daya Mawa.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Wakaza'aba.
Wakazaba.
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 Wakatuzal Manai.
Wakatazal Manai.
Call.
Ka.
Nasaya Kamu,
Nasai Kamu.
Ashar,
Ashar.
Amaru,
Amaru.
Naya Rashad,
Naya Rashad.
Nanawa,
Nanawa.
Af, Naawa,
Na'awa.
Alahayim,
Alahayim.
Alahaya,
Alahaya.
Shayatamu,
Shayatamwa.
Kagalgala,
Kagogala.
Kakwash,
Kakwash.
Lapanya,
Lapanya.
Rakah,
Raka.
Ka'ash,
Ka'ash.
Sabairu,
Ira.
Ya'airu,
Ya'ira.
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba.
Talahat,
Talahat.
Haryam,
Haryam.
Khan,
Khan.
Tharadam,
Daradama.
Basairika,
Wasairika.
Wabasa Wapathka,
Wabasa Wapaka.
Tabalaham,
Dabalaham.
Mala'a,
Mala'a.
Panyaham,
Panyaham.
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan.
Wayabakwash,
Wayabakwashwa.
Shamka,
Shemka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa.
Wayabahalwa,
Wayabahalwa.
Arya,
Aya.
Ai,
Ai.
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa.
Wayabaru,
Wayabadwa.
Wayadairu,
Wayadairu.
Kaya,
Kaya.
Atha,
Atha.
Shamka,
Shemka.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Lapadka,
Lapadka.
Ar,
Ar.
Yawan,
Yawan.
Ar,
Ar.
Kal,
Kal.
Haaratazah.
Yahweh.
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still,
And be not still,
O God.
O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
and consulted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
and let us cut them off from being a nation,
that the name of Yahshua may be no more remembered.
that the name of Yahshua may be no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
But they have consulted together with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur also was joined with them.
Assur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
As to Sisera.
As to Sisera.
As to Jabin.
As to
At
Jabin.
the brook of Kishon.
At the brook of Kishon.
Which perished at Endor.
Which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb.
Make their nobles like
And
Oreb.
like Zeb.
And like Zeir.
Yea.
Yea.
All their princes as Zabah.
All their princes as Sabbath.
And as Zalmun.
And as Zalmun.
Who said.
Who said,
Let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
O my power.
Oh my power.
Make them like the wheel.
Make them like a wheel.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the stubble before the wind.
As the fire burneth the wood.
As the fire burneth the wood.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
And as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them with thy tempest.
So persecute them with thy
And
tempest.
make them afraid with thy storm.
And make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame.
Fill their faces with shame.
That they may seek thy name.
They may seek thy name.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Yea.
Yea.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
Let them be put to shame and perish.
That men may know that thou,
That men may know that thou,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
whose name alone is Yahweh,
art the most high,
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Prayer for the power structure in Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shai.
Barakatah Yahweh Yahweh Shah.
Wa mayaka Allah.
Wa mayaka Allah.
Wa alahayim.
Wa alahayim.
Wa tazab Yahah.
Wa tazab Ya'ah.
Alawak Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Ha-alawakyam.
Ha-alawakyam.
Ha-saranyam.
Ha-saranyam.
Ha-kwatazayanyam.
Ha-kwatazanyanyam.
Ha-chayayalyam.
Ha-kayayalyam.
Wa ha-kwatyan.
Ha-kwatyan.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah.
Tu'araman.
Tu'araman.
In English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
Talk to the front. All right, Yashabin, be seated. All right, Shalom Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakathum to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Atan Ba Shem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. We are the Isupk, the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge. Established in 1969, 1 West under 25th Street, Harlem, New York. We are led by Commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other organization. Israel, pay your tithes.
That's right.
Go to isupk.com right now and get that squared away. Contact the school near you to receive further orders. Get ready for the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th in Houston, Texas, man. $200 per brother or sister 17 years and older. Make your contribution. If you can afford a little bit more to help somebody pay their way, you should do so. If you do not have a penny to your name, do not let that dissuade you from showing up to your culturally obligated celebration of the Lord's Passover. Be there in Houston, man. March 2nd, it's like your 3rd to the 4th, we got the Feast of Purim coming up. So make any necessary arrangements for that, so you can be around your people if possible, if you're within a reasonable travel distance. Otherwise, make sure again you contact the school near you, and they'll help you properly prepare and set up for it. I actually became Milwaukee Sabbath service. We are in the book of Numbers. We got this Karushman invites us to co-host. Karushman, I don't know. I don't think you want that. I want to double check, homie. I actually became Milwaukee Sabbath service. We are in the book of Numbers, chapter 10, starting at verse 21. We'll be reading in the Hebrew and the English, breaking down the scriptures as we go. Any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to ask. But keeping in mind that this is the Sabbath service, so try to keep it, any questions or comments to the topic. Otherwise, any questions or comments off topic, we can save that for towards the end of class if we got time. Otherwise, you should always, save any of your questions, comments, or concerns for the Wednesday night scripture breakdown class here in Milwaukee. If for whatever reason you seem to miss that one, Monday and Thursdays we got scripture breakdown classes with General Mahyman. We got the Monday Brotherhood class here in Milwaukee. So there's always an opportunity. Tuesday law class, Friday Lashawan Kwadash, Thursday scripture breakdown, Salakia.
This Monday, Matthew chapter 22.
Monday, Matthew chapter 22. Continuing in the series of the Matthew breakdown. There's also Cross the Line Radio. There's a plethora of platforms that you can, if you're seeking the truth, looking for answers to many of these life-plaguing, obstacles that we have in our way on a daily basis, contact the school near you. At this point, there's no excuses. We're everywhere. We're everywhere. So we'll begin in Numbers chapter 10, verse 31. Whenever you are ready, let them know where you're at. Kick it off, brother.
Con. Numbers chapter 10, verse 31 in Hebrew. Mar, All, Na'ah, Thaizab, Athunwa, Kaya, Al, Khan, Yada'if, Chanathunwa, Bamadabar, Wahayayath, Lanawa, La'ayanyam, verse 32. Wahaya, Kaya, Thalak, Imunwa, Thahaya, Hatawab, Hahawa'a, Ashar, Yayatayab, Yahweh, Imanwa, Wahatabanwa, Lak, verse 33, Wayesaiwa, Mahar, Yahweh, the rock, Shalashaf, Yum, Wa'ara one, Bariyath, Yahweh, Nasai, Lapunyahum, the rock, Shalashaf, Yum, Lathawar, Lahum, Manawacha, verse 34, Why none, Yahweh, Al Yahum, Yewamum, Benasa'im, Mun, Hamachana, verse 35, Wayahaya, Banasai, Harat, it's like it, Harun, Wayamar, Masha, Kwama, Yahweh, Waya Patazawa, Ayabyak, Wayanaswa, Mashana Ayak, Mupunyak, verse 36. Obanacha, Mashana Ayak, Mupunyak. Oh, slimy. I said it already. So slimy.
Shit, you good, brother.
Wabanachwa, Yamar, Shawabah, Yahweh, Rababawa, Alapia, Yasha'ala. Numbers chapter 11 verse 1. Yahya, Wayahya. Haimum.
Haim.
It's like it. Ha'aim. Kamathanunium. Rai. Bazunya. Yahweh. Wayashemai. Yahweh. Wayachar. Apawa. Wathawa'ir. Wathaba'irabum. Ash. Yahweh. With a call. Bakwatazah. Hamachana. Verse 2.
Looks like that should be it. Clap it up for the brother. Lashawan Qudash classes every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Different regions, to their respective time zones. To the cat Wavy C's in the chat, no, we are not Jewish. We are Israelites. Me specifically, I'm from the tribe of Ephraim. This brother here is mighty soldiers from the tribe of Judah. We are not to be confused with people that wear incredibly small hats. Timmy Tough Knuckles, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, buddy, but alright. Play make believe, no, we are exercising our cultural practices. Reading the Torah, the scriptures, ringing the alarm, the shapar, burning the incense, speaking in the Hebrew language. This is all part of our culture. I know it might seem odd to some people who dressed up for Halloween last year, but, far be it for me to tell you what to do with your life. All right, so in English, we are on Numbers chapter 10, verse 31.
It's like a con. Numbers chapter 10, verse 31. And he said, leave us not, I pray thee, for as much as thou knowest how we are to encamp in the wilderness, and thou mayest be to us instead of eyes.
All right, so they were getting ready to leave from, where was it? From, it's like I just read it. They were getting ready to go on a road trip, essentially. There we go. From the wilderness of Sinai. It's like if you were to read chapter 10, verse 12. And the children of Israel took their journeys out of the wilderness of Sinai, and the cloud rested in the wilderness of Paran. So we've seen how they traveled from one point to another throughout the wilderness. And he was speaking to, if you read up just a little bit in verse 29, and Moses said unto Hobab, the son of Ragul, the Midianite Moses' father-in-law, so the woman that he had married, yikes. Social media is something funny. To be anonymous and still talk shit is a weird thing to do. There are no such things as white Hebrew Israelites. You're focused on the skin tone, on the complexion. That's the problem that our oppressor had inflicted our people with. and try to weigh the value of a man based on their skin tone and complexion, because they had set themselves up. That's why they called themselves white. Nobody on God's green earth called these people white, but they took that as a sign of like prestige and purity. And then if you got any kind of mix or perceived mix in you, then that's how you were valued. But light skin, dark skin is of no issue to the nation of Israel. So Ragul, the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, so the woman that he had married, her father had traveled with Israel. And you can continue reading. We are journeying into the place of which the Lord said, I will give it to you. Come now with us, and we will do thee good, for the Lord hath spoken good concerning Israel. So asking this man to be like a guide of sorts, because he had experience in that wilderness and how to camp out there. Now that does not give the Midianites a pass. This was one individual. Again, he was married to his daughter. So there's, he was given a consideration. If anybody was paying attention to the prayers that we just rang up, those nations that were confederate against you, that we're praying that the Lord destroys, the Midianites were among that crowd. So even if there was some kind of, coexistence with just this one Midianite or more, they didn't stick to it. They had made offenses against the children of Israel. You can read that when with Gideon, I believe in the book of Judges, when we were talking about, again in the prayers, Oreb and Zeb, what's was Jabin. These were the prominent figures of those families, of those tribes. So just because we're traveling with this one Midianite, again, Moses' father-in-law wasn't some stranger that they picked up in the alleyway. It's not that there's a connection or peace treaty with the Midianite nation. But verse 31 again. It's like we're good on 31. Keep going.
Come. Verse 32. And it shall be, if thou go with us, yea, it shall be that what goodness the Lord shall do unto us, the same will we do unto thee. Verse 33. And they departed from the mount of the Lord 3 days' journey, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord went before them in the 3 days. It's like in the 3 days' journey, to search out a resting place for them. Verse 34. And the cloud of the Lord was upon them by day, when they went out of the camp. Verse 35. And it came to pass, when the ark set forward, that Moses said, Rise up, Lord, and let thine enemies be scattered, and let them that hate thee flee before thee. Verse 36. And when it rested, he said, Return, O Lord, unto the many thousands of Israel.
And now this is the power that we got when we are secured under the Most High. Being accompanied, almost escorted by chariots. In this case, you're hearing it being described as a cloud that would be hovering above the nation on our travels. I believe in a different scripture. I don't know if we had already gone through it. But during the day, you would have seen a cloud, and then at night, you would have seen like fire. You would have seen like a light up ahead. So now, we're not as on this planet, we're not unfamiliar with UFOs or UAPs. I don't know if anybody in the chat believes in extraterrestrial life, but I believe that we've seen enough evidence of it, interactions here on Earth, to validate that we're not the only life in the universe, in our solar system, in our galaxy, the universe, period. But when we are in our full strength, we got the Ark of the Covenant. Our nation is together, unified as one people, following the laws. keeping to our end of the bargain of the covenant that the Most High made with us. We are sheltered, we are protected, and our enemies are destroyed before us. And we're seeing how more and more the nation of Israel, again, not the small hats, we're not Israelis. And yes, I'm very, very confident in what I'm saying. Christianity is trash, by the way, much like the American ideology. But we're seeing more and more Israelites waking up to the truth and banding back together as a nation. And the UPK and the Commanding General Yohana is the only entity on earth that is hell bent on restoring the nation of Israel. I mean, this is a 24-hour job to rebuild the infrastructure of a government, of an army, of a congregation, for the lack of a better term. But the schools that we've set up all over the world, North, Central, South America, in the UK, even in South Africa now. We got a brother out there that established a school. We're seeing our enemies panicking and pretty much imploding, which is a hilarious concept to me. White America has built a society that they can't even stand. They're unified against so-called illegal immigrants when we're only considered illegal immigrants to a foreign invader who had kicked the doors down, set up their rules and their borders. After that, we became illegal immigrants. Two illegal immigrants. And we're seeing them lose their minds. And they are going crazy. The YT on YT violence is being, it's always been there just because they are a maniacal people, but because of the advantages that technology and social media afford us, we're just seeing it more and more pop up. It's just more in our faces, more blatant, more and more public knowledge. Instead of just constantly being swept under the rug like they're, some nice peaceable sort. They are animals, and they are showing their true colors. Keep reading.
Come. Numbers chapter 11, verse 1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord. It's like swag. For you people that name yourselves first, you need better friends that's going to let you know that that's not a good idea. But for swag, we do not rely on foreign aid. We are not Israelis. We are not in the current occupancy of the land of Israel right now that's going to war and unaliving Palestinians left and right. That's not us. We are in the city of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? My birth certificate, my licenses, everything's from right here at home. There is no foreign aid, but it's my own kind. We'll get into Anonymous. If you're still here towards the end of class, I'll get into that. You said you seriously hate your own kind. We'll get into that. I'll let you know what this is all about in a second. But we got a class to attend to, so we'll let the brother keep reading. Come. Numbers chapter 11, verse 1. And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them, and consumed them that were in the uttermost part of the camp.
So now that's one issue that we got with stepping out of decency and order. Things don't go our way. Again, when they were coming out of the oppression of Egypt, they were complaining about the living conditions that they were in at that moment. At least back in Egypt, in the ghettos and the projects that they had set up, I think it was in the land of Goshen, as downtrodden as it was, at least there was roofs over the head. You had markets that you could go to. You know, Egyptians were drug dealers too. So you could go get high, get your fix, go get drunk, and you know, forget about all the troubles of your life. If you can just get high and drunk enough to try to slip away into blackness and unconsciousness before you got to wake up and do it all over again. It sounds pretty similar to living conditions here in America. And that doesn't even just stop at so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Again, YT people are fed up with the society that their own people established here, because they getting treated like dogs too. They still want to be above who they consider lower class, us, and other foreign bodies. But they are at the bottom. Like, how miserable must your life be if you are at the bottom of your kingdom, the kingdom that was built by your own people? You know what I'm saying? Like, you must have done something wrong. And so now we're sitting here fighting our way out of captivity in the wilderness, left to our own devices, so that we can rebuild our nation and our culture. And people are complaining. Too long of a walk, it's too hot, it's too cold, not enough food, who's got the water, this baby's crying, there's a rock in my sandal. Like, you know, it doesn't stop. You know, we are a hard to please source sometimes. But we're gonna have to go through that, similar to how we're gonna have to fight through coming out of America's comfort zone and all the novelties that we have, you know, at our fingertips. All the accommodations of the technology, the 5G, the 4 gig, whatever the hell kind of phone. I'm not too hip on the terms. You guys got me on that one. But it's, when is it going to be enough? You know, when are we going to be satisfied with the opportunities that we're given to regain our identity and culture and live it and practice it, so that we can be free of bondage and captivity of these other nations that are constantly feeding on our people and exploiting us at every turn? That didn't just happen 400 to 600 years ago. That's still happening today. All right, back into the Hebrew. Shield of truth. Yeah, you on to something, man. We definitely need that tough love of God. To set us right, to set us straight, to get us out of drug addictions, period. You know, addiction to electronics. That could be an issue also for some people. The story about when Elon Musk went to that remote village in the Amazon and gave him Starlink, and had, in a matter of, a blink of an eye, the young men were addicted to porn. And everybody started, especially the younger generation, falling away from their culture and practices. You know what I'm saying? Without these devils' interference, you know, we'd actually have a chance to reestablish our culture as a people. But they just got to stick their fingers in everything. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Numbers chapter 11, verse 2. Waya tiza aikwa. Ha'aim. Al Mashah. Wayatha Palal. Mashah. Oh, Yahweh. Watha Shakwai. Ha'ash. Verse 3. Wayab Kora'ah. Sham. Hamakawam. Haha Wa'ah. Thabaira, Kaya, Baira, Bum, Ash, Yahweh. Verse 4. Wa Sapasa, Ashar, Bakorabwa, Hatha, Wawa, Thawa, Wayashabwa, Wayabakwa, Gum, Bunya, Yasha'ala, Wayamarwa, Maya, Yakalnoah, Bashar. Verse 5. Zakoranwa, Ath, Hadagah, Ashar, Naakal, Bamatazarayim, Chanam, Af, Haquashayum, Wa'af, Ha'abat, it's like Ha'abat Chayim, Wa'ath, Wachatazayar, Wa'ath, Habatazayim, Wa'ath, Hashawamim. Verse 6. Wayatha. It's like a Wa'itha. Napashanwa. Yabasha. Ayan. Call. Balathia. All. Haman. Ayun Yunwa. Verse 7. Wahaman. Kazarai. God. Hawa'ah. Wa ayanwa. Ka ayan. Habad, it's like it. Habadallah. Verse 8. Shatwa. Ha'imam. It's like it. Ha'im. Walla. Walla Quatwa. Watachanwa. Barachim. Owa. Dakwa. Pamadaka. Wabashawa. Parawar. Wa Aishwa. Athwa. Igawath. Wahaya. Ta'imwa. Kata'im. Lashad. Hashaman. Verse 9.
So get back into the English. Into the Cat Anonymous. The Bible does not teach us to hate our own race. It actually helps us fix the brotherhood and sisterhood that's predominantly been destroyed by our oppressors. In this case, we see it in America under YT people. It foretells the coming doom of the other nations, the Edomites specifically, who's the progenitor of YT people. If you were to read the book of Obadiah, the shame and destruction that they're going to go through in the latter days. In the book of Revelations, it does teach us to identify or to be aware of who this son of perdition is. Was it the man of evil, the son of perdition, who again in this case, in the world over, not just over here in the Western Hemisphere, happens to be, Edomites. Again, YT people. Go figure, right? Eco man, not Jewish. We do not fly those flags over here. Roy boy, weird shit, bro. I suppose if you're not included, it's gonna be weird to you. That's often kind of the outlook for a lot of people when something it does not allow. Again, mainly YT people here in America. Nobody would be mad at us if we said no Asians allowed, no Arabs, no Persians, no South Koreans. Wait, is it South Korea or North Korea? Kim Jong-il. Any of the Koreas, all the Koreas. If we didn't allow them in here, nobody would really be tripping on us. But because we don't allow Caucasians into this organization, because they're not our people, they are the current boot on our neck. A lot of people think it's weird. They cast it to the side, make excuses for why it's unacceptable. Geo, I don't know what coin clipping is. I have no idea what that is. Tay Blicken, I love apples. I'm not sure what you're getting at though. If y'all could be a little bit more descriptive with your attempted insults, that would help us a lot further in this conversation. How much they pay you, Marwan? How much they paying you, Goy? We don't get paid nothing. Nothing. And we're a nonprofit 501c3 organization. So what's that tell you? We get nothing. Broke. But we all work very hard jobs to provide for our communities and our families. So everything that we do obtain comes from the hard work, the sweat of our brow, the grease of our elbow. Isupk is compromised. I would love to hear why. How did this happen? The Most High God. Ode is not happy with you. Ode ain't happy with y'all neither. I just want you to know the gods that y'all praying to, Valhalla is not in your immediate future. It's not happening for you. But serving the nation of Israel under the Most High God in Christ, that is going to be your next vacation destination. So I hope you packed. It's north. I don't know. North is north. Generally speaking, north is usually north. So if that's what you're getting at, why you mad, you are correct. North is it is north. You can continue reading Tawada in English.
Con. Numbers chapter 11 verse 2. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched.
And you know, Moses came to the aid of his people many times. You know, the patience of that brother is exemplary. Keep going.
Con. Verse 3. And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them.
Who's the group of people that you're saying, to the dude with the American flag, the group of people that you're saying that we love that will never accept you, who is that? If you guys could be more specific, be more succinct. Why are you ignoring the questions about your race? I'm not. I said if y'all wait towards the end of class, because that's going to bring us into something different, just hold still towards the end of Sabbath service. If y'all are still here, I'd be happy to address that. I'm a so-called Puerto Rican from the tribe of Ephraim. My mother's white. My mother would be the people that y'all think you're trying to label on me. We can have that whole discussion later on. Or you can always check us out Wednesdays. Again, that's a more interactive class. Wednesdays, scripture breakdown with Captain DeBarmath. He would get a kick out of this. All right, Slacky, keep going.
Con. Verse 4. And the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting.
And that mixed multitude, again, is going to be just the men, women, and children. Just the whole mix of the people. It's not for... How would I say this? Because it doesn't expressly say the ethnic makeup of that mixed multitude, people want to jump to conclusions like, well, that must have been Egyptians or Hamites that came out of Egypt with us, or members of other nations. It doesn't explicitly say that either, so to jump to that conclusion would be premature. But we're seeing all throughout, the Torah, how the Most High is just dealing with Israel. Moses is only ever addressing Israel with the orders that he gets from God. He's only delivering this to the people of Israel. I don't know if we got to this point in the story, but there was an incident where a brother had brought a heathen into the tents, and as a result, he got a javelin stuck to both of them. They got shish kebabbed because he disobeyed a direct commandment, which is not to interracially, engage with, members of the opposite sex. Homosexuality obviously is a sin from a sin to God, punishable by death. Interracial marriage is something that fueled the destruction of our people. So that's not something that we condone. And there was that incident. I don't know what's going on with this. Telling us to only took like 20 times. We can quite safely and logically surmise that the mixed multitude is only going to be Israelites, since everything prior to this was dealing with only Israelites. and everything going forward outside of our interactions with other nations, us building like the tabernacle, establishing our encampments, it was only Israelites. In the previous chapter, in chapter 10, if you were to start from verses 12 even, and the children of Israel, that's that whole body moving. It even goes into the breakdown of the different tribes that are mentioned. Dan even got a mention here. The tribe of Dan even got a mention, even though at this point their male population had been dwindling down and they were absorbed into the other nations just to keep their inheritance. It never makes mention of any other people traveling with us like that. You got the Midianite, Moses' father-in-law, Hobab, who had traveled with us as a kind of guide, and counselor in the matters of traversing the landscape in the wilderness here. But you don't see any mention of other nations explicitly. So everything leading up to this and going forward, it's only ever dealing with the nation of Israel. So that's that mixed multitude in verse 4 that's being mentioned. Keep reading.
Con. And the children of Israel also wept again, and said, Who shall give us flesh to eat? Verse 5. We remembered the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers, and the melons, and the leeks, and the onions, and the garlic. Verse 6. But now our soul is dried.
Now imagine us today, having to be on the road without the conveniences of, again, the markets around us. No corner stores on that road. You know how crabby people are going to be without that honey bun, without a can of Coke. The people are going to be miserable, and again that's part of the deception of the world that we have around us. That all too often happiness is mistakenly made synonymous with good and right and positive, healthy, acceptable. Happiness for some that's all subjective. So you got people that are happy being addicted to processed sugars and foods, and without it, you're going to see their behavior switch. Without cigarettes, anybody that's been a cigarette smoker for a long time, you got different degrees of the effect that it has when you don't have that nicotine, or even just that kind of oral fixation not being satisfied. It changes you. You're getting to get more agitated. You're gonna be you're gonna have an attitude with people and be a little bit more crankier. Without your daily fixes of just you can run down the list from A to Z on what it might be that we have an abundance of here in America, that if we were deprived of on the road to rebuilding our society, our nation as a people, it's gonna cause people to bellyache. And if you try to slow this up, man, you're setting the progress back. We ain't got time for that. The mission is to move forward. These other nations are around about to prove us right or wrong to God, if we're going to take God's word or if we're going to take the influence of these heathens. Keep reading.
Con.
To Sky Laina. All struggles, all of them. We got smoke with everything. Every goddamn thing under the sun. You're never going to hear the end of it either. You can't shut us up. You can't cancel us. You can't demonetize. Well, I guess you could technically demonetize us, but like our channel, we're not making any money off that right now. But so long as we're within parameters, you can't. There's nothing you can do about us. You're stuck with us. Oy vey that shit. Keep reading.
Con.
You fucking dummies. Slack it to the language. Slack.
There is nothing at all besides the manna before our eyes. Verse 7.
And people talk about fasting a lot too, especially in Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian communities and customs. We talk about fasting quite a bit outside of the Bible. A lot of these cultures are built up off of, like, the Native Indians, the sweat lodges. They might fast for a couple of days before that, depending on their kind of practices, their respective get down. But we, again, even outside of the Bible, as a community, to help build discipline and focus especially in the younger generations. But discipline and focus is good for all age groups. It's appropriate, especially considering what we're going through. There are a lot of health benefits to fasting, to gaining control of your mind and your body, and that's something that, again, we're seeing a lot of the immaturity of the nation of Israel kind of complaining and belly aching about how hungry they are and how there's not enough, where they say garlic and cucumbers. When's the last time you heard anybody complain there ain't enough cucumbers and garlic? Like, never. It's normally like candy and junk food. Who ate all the hot chips? All the hot fries? Who ate the last of the kids at the house, the cereal? God, if that goes, that screws up the whole morning. If we're out there without the convenience that we see here in America, it's like we're not going to know what the hell to do with ourselves. That's why we need to abstain from the stimulants that they try to get us hooked onto. We need a reset. We need a drastic reset. So, like, you keep going.
Come. Verse 7.
Do you have victim cards? I got a whole deck. I got a big old stupid, like 3-4 decks of victim cards. I got them all. And you're never going to hear the end of it.
Right.
You're stuck with us.
That's right.
We're not going anywhere.
That's right.
Priest and Officer 1000 among the bar. Welcome to Milwaukee.
That's right.
Keep reading.
Come. Verse 7. And the manna was as coriander.
Coriander. Very small seed. Coriander is a very tiny little seed. And then, so it's just kind of giving you an idea on the physical kind of appearance of it. And also, holding ourselves accountable for our actions is not victimizing, and recognizing who our natural and current very active enemies are is not victimizing. The crimes that they've committed against our people, the hate crimes against humanity that these devils are actively engaged in, is not victimizing. We're just calling you out for the dogs that you are. So listen, keep reading.
Come. And the color thereof as the color of bdellium.
Bdellium. It's going to be kind of like a dark red, kind of a dark amber kind of color, almost like some of the incense that we got here. Shout out to Quam's Health and Wellness too for the incense resin, man. Holla at Quam, QAM, Quam's Health and Wellness. He's got whole skincare, beard, and hair packages. You want to check him out.
That's right.
Verse 8.
Come, verse 8. And the people went about and gathered it and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar, and baked it in pans, and made cakes of it. And the taste of it was as the taste of fresh oil. Verse 9.
Lacom, you see anything on the cameras out front?
Nah, sir, we too off.
You hear that?
Kind of that's it's a car outside.
Salaki, 1 second. Just normal shit. Don't need the first aid kit for nothing. Saki, keep reading.
Con. Numbers chapter 11, verse 9 in the Hebrew. Wabaradath. Hatol. Ayo. Hamachana. Layala. Yarad. Haman. Awiwa. Verse 10. Wiyashimai. Masha. Ath. Ha'im. Baka. Lamasha Bakathiwa. Ayash. Lapathach. Ahowa. Wayachar. Ap. Yahweh. Ma'ad. Waba'ayanya. Masha. Ra'ai. Verse 11. Wiyamar. Masha. Al. Yahweh. Lama. Hara'ith. La'ibadak. Walama. La'a. Mutazafia. Khun. Ba'ayanyuk. Lashawum. Af. Masha. Masha'a. All. Ha'im. Huzzah. Al-Yah. Verse 12. Ha'anakia. Ha'riyathia. Ath. Call. Ha'im. Huzzah. Ath. Anakia. It's like it.
It's like where are you?
Verse 12, sir. Yahweh. 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 Yahweh.
Yep.
La Yadath. Yahweh. Yahweh.
It's crazy, like when you kind of whisper to yourself, you can get it, and when you actually try to say it out loud, it just completely goes.
Kaya. Thamar, Oya, Sha'ahawa, Bachaya, Quack, Kashar, Yesha'a, Haman, Af, Hayanakwa, Io, Ha'adama, Ashar, Nashaba'ith, La'abathiwa. Verse 13. Mayan. Slacky, that was all the way wrong. Mayan. Laya. Bashar. Lathaf. Lakal. Ha'aim. Hazah. Kaya. Yabakwa. Al-Ya. Lamar. Thana. Lanwa. Lanawa. Slacky. Bashar. Wana'akala. Verse 14. La'a. Awakal. Anakaya. Labadia. Lasha'af. Af. Call. Ha'aim. Hazah. Kaya. Kabad. Mamunya. Verse 15. Wa'um. Kaka. Ath. Aisha. Laya. Haraganya. Na'a. Hurag. Mataza Athia. Khun. Ba'ayanyak. Wa'al. Ara'a. Bara'ithia. Verse 16.
Hey, Shalom Warrior, Y'all Bashim Yah Sabrakatah, the trooper Gabar Ya'ala out there in Louisiana. Shalom, brother.
Verse 16. Wiyamar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Asapa, Laya, Shaba'ayam, Ayash, Mazakwanya, Yasha'ala, Ashar, Yada'if, Kaya, Hum, Zakwanya, Ha'aim, Washatar, it's like a Washatar you were. Wala kwa slappy. Wala kwa khaf. a thumb, all, a hall, Moa'ide,
It's like you're still in verse 15, correct?
lost. So we're on 16, sir.
It's like you stop there back in English, 9 through 15.
Come. Numbers chapter 11, verse 9. And when the dew fell upon the camp in the night, the manna fell upon it. Verse 10. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the door of his tent, and the anger of the Lord was kindled greatly. Moses also was displeased. Verse 11. And Moses said unto the Lord, Wherefore hast thou afflicted thy servant? And wherefore have I not found favor in thy sight, that thou layest the burden of all this people upon me?
Feeling that pressure of being in command, of being in leadership. It's something that a lot of people take for granted right now. They prefer the prestige, the perks that come with it, but they forget the burden, the responsibility that's on your shoulders. Keep reading.
Khan. Verse 12. Have I conceived all this people? Have I begotten them? That thou shouldest say unto me, Carry them in thy bosom, as a nursing father beareth a sucking child unto the land which thou swearest unto their fathers. It's like unto their fathers. Verse 13. Whence should I have flesh to give unto all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, Give us flesh that we may eat. Verse 14.
And it's a common enough, kind of parallel to make. Like when we're in those positions, like why is it all on me? They're coming to me like, expecting these miracles. I didn't make these people. I'm just the one that's at the helm of it. I'm just the one in charge. How am I supposed to accommodate 600,000? Well, I was reading ahead a little bit, but even when they came out of Egypt, they had numbered like 600,000. That was just like the men, the soldiers, the host, if you will, outside of the women and children of that mixed multitude that came out with them. So it's a daunting task. It is a you got to be a dependable person. You got to be reliable. You got to be able to focus. You got to be able to think critically, think on your feet, and adjust accordingly. And Moses is feeling that pressure, and he's not sure how what direction he's got to take this. And given the what's the word I'm looking for, the climate of the nation, they're complaining, they're unhappy, they want more. Again, questioning why are they out here instead of where it was nice and easy in Egypt. Everything was provided for over there. All you had to do is work your fingers to the bone, and you got a loaf of bread when you wanted it. So it's Moses looking at it like again, like why you gotta leave? Why are you leaving us out here like this? And again, it's not that the Lord ain't making them complain. He's been giving us everything that we needed to survive as a people. Right here in America today under this captivity, and even back then in Egypt and upon their exile from Egypt, their exodus from Egypt. but they're just not happy enough. And here's the crazy part about it too, and I want you to see the parallel that we're going to draw here. In Egypt, complaining and moaning about the conditions of the hard bondage that we had suffered then. Being freed from Egypt by our power to exercise and live our culture out from underneath the boot of our oppressor. Still complaining now about the conditions that we're living in because we had it so much easier in Egypt. All the work that we had to do to build their kingdom, to be separated from, even if you want to call it the basic necessities that again we had in plenty in captivity, because again it was an established city, it had the markets, had trade, import and export and all going on, agriculture, things that you could grow and shop for right there at your fingertips in your backyard. All the work that we were forced to do to build up their kingdom, to be separated from that, to also have to work to build our kingdom, and we're complaining about that too. That's the same environment that you see here. People don't want to go to these jobs. You really don't. I know I don't want to have to. I don't mind so much what I'm doing to a point, but again, we're not doing anything for our families specifically. Like, how many of us got a business that we're going to pass down to our children? We don't have intergenerational wealth like that abroad the nation of Israel, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So we got to work our fingers to the bone for these jobs that largely profit, everybody else. We get our just dues for it, more or less. Enough to, you almost can't even say enough to live off it, because some people got to get 2-3 jobs. You got to work X amount of overtime. It's, and I'm just speaking generally. Some people got it better, than others. Some people got it worse than others. But we complain about having to go to that job to build up somebody else's kingdom. If we don't have that job and it's on us to rebuild ourselves as a people and having to work our fingers to the bone for us, we're still not happy with that either. Because we're not seeing the benefits outright and more immediate than what we had under captivity. If we were to flee from America right now, go into our own land, we're not going to have state insurance. I know the government has shut down on the SNAP benefits and EBT, but people were dependent on that for so long that to be without it, you might as well chopped off one of their arms and legs. They don't know how to live their life without it. They are dependent on it. They are conditioned by it. So even though you're complaining left and right about the jobs that we got to do here, building up somebody else's kingdom, we can still afford, our Xboxes and novelties, concessions, things that'll, distract us and take our attention off of your gout, your back pains, your headaches, all the bills, that are accruing week after week, month after month, paycheck to paycheck. But we'd still rather live like that than rebuild our own kingdom under the rules and regulations of our culture. To be free of our oppressor is going to take work. That's right. And we're seeing a whole lot of people that are coming out of that. The cushion that we had in Egypt, our perspective was from underneath it, holding it up for our oppressors. That's the only side of that cushion that we knew, was holding that cushion up for the people that we built that kingdom for. So now we leave that familiarity, and we still complaining about it. We got the opportunity to restore our nation, our people, to rid ourselves of the drugs, the mental health, the domestic abuse, the X, Y, and Z. that plague our nation. And even though other people are going through it, they've got powers, they've got countrymen that they can rely on. The Chinese that are Americanized, that are dependent on the American system, that's on them. They've got a whole China that they could, call on if they were in need. So do the East Indians. Even if, guys, some of the third world country refugees and immigrants that come over here, they still got a third world government and country that they can go back to if it don't pan out this way. We're the only ones that don't have that. All of our governments are run by our oppressors. So we only have one people to appeal to if we're not going to appeal to the Most High. If we're not going to rely on each other. And the Most High is getting fed up with that shit too. He's giving us every out, and it's all of a sudden we're bougie about it. I don't know what the hell that problem is. Keep going.
Khan.
Taken in 600 BC. Queen Me, you are incorrect. Down to your skulls, not the skull of the Hebrew. I don't know what skulls you're talking about, but you are a wrong individual. Now, Bantus might have Israelite blood amongst them, but from my understanding, the Bantu tribe itself are not Israelites at all. The Star of Remphan is an individual. This is the Shield of David, the way that the brother would have spelled his name, signed his seal of authority. If you knew the ancient Hebrew alphabet, the pictographic language, the written language, these would have been like the letter D's in today's modern English. Intertwined to spell his name, to initial his name, Dawada. This is mad corny. I love corn. Corn is awesome. We got the #1 viewer badge. Good for you, Jamil. Deuteronomy is about Israel, not Hamites. Ethnically cleansed 98% of the globe. Raul Golfman, Rajaport. No. We're going to decline that. Decline that offer. Ethnically cleansed 90% of the global population. I don't know who you're talking about. Keep reading.
Come.
Caught up there.
Verse 14. I am not able to bear all this people alone.
It's a tough job, guys. It's a tough job. That's why we've got a delegation for tasks for all this chaos that we got to sift through, from the East Coast to the West Coast, from Canada to Central America, South America, to the Eastern Hemisphere. That is a big burden for one man. Commander Johnny Han is a hard-working brother. He absolutely is. And he chose some wise, I should say the Lord chose to wake up some wise brothers who had the gall and the stubbornness to stay in line and follow suit, to be the examples that our people need today. It's not the examples that y'all want. Y'all want 50 Cent and Jay-Z. Those are the examples that y'all want. Look what happened to P. Diddy. That's where y'all want to go. Y'all would rather be like that instead of some austere, conservative strongholds like the generals and the captains that we got here in the UPK, man. Y'all might want to rethink that strategy. Keep going.
Come. Because it is too heavy for me. Verse 15.
Hey, Queen Me, real quick. Do you know the etymology of that word queen? If you chose that name for yourself, you might want to rethink it. If somebody else chose that name for you, you need to question their love. Go ahead.
Come. Verse 15. And if thou deal thus with me, kill me, I pray thee.
Like, man, just let this be over. Again, the burden, the stress, the pressure that he's under. Even after he was given Aaron, to be the spokesperson. Now we're about to get into, maybe not quite yet. But he's about to get some relief in a second here. Salaki, keep going. I know I'm trailing all Salaki to the men above me. We're about to we're gonna have to end up cutting this a little bit close. Salaki to the Metabumi. We got this rowdy chat in here, trying to keep this straight. Salaki, keep going.
Khan. I pray thee, out of hand, if I have found favor in thy sight, and let me not see my wretchedness.
So again, the stress that he's experiencing from having to lead a nation and provide for these people at the same time. He's got to, like he had kind of compared himself in verse 12. He's not their daddy, but he's got to and we're talking about grown men and women here also. It's not just the infants and the the young ones that need to be led by the hand. You got a whole lot of so-called adults that still need to be handled with kid gloves. A very, very sensitive disposition. Again, coming out of something that they were familiar and comfortable with. It was hell, but it was familiar. They knew how to navigate that. We're being, we're in the wilderness now, left to the elements, having to build up, our own tents, packing and moving, almost nomadic. And it's an adjustment that people got to make, and that they were not prepared for. They were in Egypt for like 400 years, and there was, they had a system. They had the infrastructure that was provided them. They made that work. And now everybody's uncomfortable. We're going to need to be a little bit uncomfortable if we're going to make it through this. But we need to do this together as a nation of people. That means all the tribes got to come back home. And we're seeing that again, waking up across the board. You got more and more brothers and sisters waking up to the truth more rapidly than ever before. Except for maybe in 69 when things first hit the streets, but we had more of a unified body at that point. Schisms happened, heretics happened, and the body broke apart. And then everybody else wanted to kind of do their own thing, thinking that they had the knowledge from the Most High, that the Spirit was with them, when the Spirit would never have divided the body, except for us to cleanse us of heresies, false doctrines, antichrist, characters and elements. I'm Hispanic. Expensive Palestine, the hell with Palestine. What them small hats are doing out there is despicable. The Palestinians, they ain't got no love from us either, though. They ain't doing nothing for us over here. They got their own problem to deal with for whatever deals that got brokered and broke in by their own people. That's a them thing. They're not involved in our affairs. I'm not gonna lose sleep over what they got going on over there. We've got a job to do over here. I don't know if Anonymous is still in the building. My mother is so-called Edomite. My father be a so-called Ephraimite, from a so-called Puerto Rican from the tribe of Ephraim. I guess I did technically address that earlier. But my race is Israel. That is my ethnicity. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on their father's side of native or indigenous descent. We are the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. You had some brothers that weren't so lost. And it's getting easier and easier to identify who we are and find that road back home. The UPK is, again, we are in pretty much every major metropolitan city in the U.S. We are overseas. We are all over the internet, all over social media platforms, and brothers are dominating the numbers. You can't get rid of us. You can't deport us. We're not going anywhere. We stand with our Hispanic brothers, the so-called Mexicans and Central and South Americans who are going through the turmoil of having to deal with the ICE agents. Shame on you, brothers, who took on that badge. You know, you think that they're going to protect you. After they reach their quota, they're going to turn on you. And the shame that you're going to be faced with for your betrayal to your own kind. You know, Lord be with you. It's better to get into class now than have to go hang that millstone from your neck. That's how you're going to be feeling about it afterwards. Just like that snippet of that sister who was on the stage on the podium with Donald Trump talking about, yay, Trump made it to the White House. And then after, you know, once our people got him into office, he turned his back on us, started deporting everybody, and now she's sitting there looking dumb, feeling dumb. Feeling ashamed and embarrassed for her involvement, her push, and her trust onto these devils. You cannot trust Edomites. You can't. Be as civil as you can be to the best of your abilities with everybody on earth. Your neighbors are your brothers, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Your neighbors are Israelites. That's who you need to give your attention and focus and consideration to. Tune in next Saturday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. These are the teachings of Satan. No, you're thinking Christianity. You're thinking Bimmerable. Do you guys spell check this stuff before you get counsel, before you choose your own names? Is that maybe that's a different language? I don't know. No sweat. We're literally reading from the Bible. And this is the authentic Word of God in English, the King James Version. Appreciate everybody who joined us. Again, any questions, comments, or concerns, you should tune in with us on Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. That's going to be a more interactive session. Sabbath services are a little bit more, geared strictly towards the Sabbath service, the service of the Sabbath, so to speak. So with that, we'll close out with the Lord's Prayer, men of Israel and mighty. Actually, that would come after the prayer. Alright, upon Yaquadam, turn to face the east. Where's the mic? Salaki. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwithka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Baharatazah. Kawa. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nathan. Lanawa. Lakom. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kabawath now. Kasalak now. Kabawathi now. Wala'ah. Thabiyah now. Banasawan. Abal. Hawashah now. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahathapara. Laiwalamyam. Amun. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily
And
bread.
forgive us our debts.
Give us our debts
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our
And
debtors.
lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation,
But deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom
And the power.
and the power
And the glory.
and the glory
Forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
So out to the front.
Layashala.
من الفيجوال Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahal Bashim Yahushua Barakathum, Yahamatah. If any sisters that are present, Imagine, which means stand. Men of Israel, sorry to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yahweh Shemal Atah Bashim Yahushua, Yahamatah. That concludes the Sabbath service.